Question 5J. You need to get 5J on the Regents. 5J, they should give you 30 of those, and you feel like it's the best test you've ever had in your life, okay? 5J says if g of x equals negative x squared minus x plus 5, then g of negative 4 is equal to. This is a plug and chug. It used to say x, now it says negative 4, so we're going to replace every x with negative 4, okay? So what I'm going to do, I have plenty of room right here. So g of negative 4 equals, I'm going to write this as a shell first. So I'm going to write negative, x used to be there, I'm going to put parentheses there, minus parentheses plus 5. Everywhere I left an open hole where there's parentheses, I'm going to plug in the number in question, and the number they want is negative 4. Okay? Where they're going to trip you up here is there's lots of minuses and negatives, so they're really testing your ability to navigate a calculator appropriately. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to type it in just like this. Just take your calculator, right in the main menu. You're going to type negative, parenthesis, negative 4, parenthesis, squared. Now, be careful. In the formula, it's minus. So it's minus parenthesis, negative 4. And notice how they're different shapes. The pixels look different. A minus button is kind of longer and towards the bottom, and the negative is a little higher and smaller up top. So they behave differently. Plus 5. Okay? Click enter. Negative 7. I go back to my paper. I see negative 7. Okay? Now, really quickly, the other way you could do this question, think about functions, input, output. They give you a function. I get negative x squared minus x plus 5. So if I go to my calculator, I'm going to click y equals. I'm going to type in the original function. Negative x, oopsie, I don't know if I type it in right, huh? Negative x squared minus x plus 5. Graph, there's your picture. I don't care about that very much. So remember, functions are just inputs and outputs. They're in and out machines. The number that they're putting in for this problem is what? What are we plugging in? Negative 4. They're saying when negative 4 is my input, what's my output? What two buttons do you have to click here to get input and output? Second graph. So the number that they're looking for here is negative 4. So when negative 4 is my input, if you notice, I got to click up a couple clicks because we're in the positive neighborhood. So if we go down, when negative 4 is my input, look what the output is. Negative 7, which matches exactly what we found. So which way you solve it doesn't matter, because on the Regents you don't get any points for showing work for the multiple choice portion. But either way, I would use it to validate my thinking. So the answer for question 5J is 2.